Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be talking a bit about how I think Battlefield 5 is completely wasted potential and how it was wasted potential. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. When I wake up, I can't help but to wonder. Alright, if you guys are wondering why I have, just really quickly about the gameplay that I have in the background for you, it's it's single player campaign gameplay. So because my Wi-Fi decided to be really bad when I was recording, and I don't know if maybe it was the Wi-Fi, maybe it was the game, I don't know, but you get the point. And I like this campaign anyways, so we'll play this today. Now we're gonna talk a bit about how I think Battlefield 5 is completely wasted potential. Okay, so first of all, it's a World War II game. It's really difficult to mess up a World War II game, especially because there have been so many in the past. So you have so many examples of what to do and what not to do. Battlefield 5 kind of went super political, super political. They just added women, which I'm fine with as long as you can take them away. Not take them away. I mean, as long as you can switch them out for guys, because honestly, you really, at the time, there were no women didn't fight in the British Army, alright? In the usually they didn't fight in the British Army, right? But maybe if they had did they fight in the Soviet Army or in the resistances? Yeah, of course, but then again, they didn't add the Soviet Army, and I'll talk a bit about that later. They added loads of stuff. And EA was also just completely rude and stupid to their customers. They were like, if you don't like the game, don't buy it. That's really not what you do. That is really not what you do, and you can see how the player numbers nowadays are affected by that. So yeah, they really had loads of stuff to go off of, but they still managed to screw it up, and that's really weird. I think part of the most of the reason is because they went super political. I think it's cool that they went and tried to tell the untold stories of the war. But then again, I think it would be even cooler if they had the classic traditional stories and as well as the untold stories. I think that'd be really cool. But again, that's not in the game, and I don't even know. Then they screwed up with not adding so many different countries. Okay, in my opinion, every World War II game needs to have 5 countries. Those countries are Germany, obviously, Japan, obviously. I don't think you need Italy as much. Italy would still be cool to add, but you don't need it. Then you also need the Soviet Union, America, and Britain. Alright, those are the 5 countries. Out of those 5 countries, Battlefield 5 got 4. They didn't get the Soviet Union. So maybe it's kind of political. It probably is. I don't know. But then again, why didn't they add America in the beginning of the game? That's just a really stupid. You'd think if it was a political point of view, if they just didn't want to add it because of bad relationships with Russia or something. I don't know. At least they'd add America and stuff. No, they didn't add America at launch. They just had the British, which I think the British are rightfully deserve their place in this game. But why no Russians? Why no Soviet Union? I don't understand why. Everybody wants it, and this is what Battlefront 2, what they did was excellent. They just listened to the community. Battlefield 5 didn't listen to the community ever. They just didn't care. Alright, and that sucks. It really does. Because it really could have been a great World War II game. I mean, already the graphics are... That's one of the few things I actually like about this game over Battlefield 1. The graphics are just so gorgeous. I love them so much, and that's that. But Battlefield 5 is just the gameplay. Like, I would much rather have a game with mediocre graphics, but also really interesting gameplay. Like, I don't know. I really don't care about graphics nearly as much. And the campaign, don't even get me started on the campaign. The campaign sucks, or I hate it. I mean, I kind of like I hate Nordlist. I hate Nordlist so much. And one of the problems I have with Nordlist is that, like, they didn't, in reality, that whole, operation was executed by men. I might leave a link to that in the description, to the Wikipedia page on that. But that whole operation was executed by men, not women. And definitely not just one person. That'd have been really weird if it was executed by one person. But my point is, what they could have at least put was that, oh wow, this operation never actually existed. They could have said, wow, this operation was actually executed by these people, and then they would have put their names. These people were heroes, blah 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 blah. That type of stuff. That'd have been cool. That'd have been nice, and that'd have been huge respect to the people who actually did this operation, the people who actually died for this operation. I don't think all of the campaigns are bad. Like, I still like Tireleu and stuff, but they're not as good as Battlefield 1's campaign. Maybe I'll make a video comparing Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 later. Oh no. But my point is, the quality of this game isn't very good. It doesn't add, I think it's cool that they decided to add, the untold stories of the war. Because, I don't know about you, but not, yeah, sure, you could search up Senegalese tirailleurs, but you really can't find them in many history books. And I think it's cool that Battlefield 5 talks about them. I think it's cool that Battlefield 5 even talks about Nordlist, the story. Even though, that's not actually how it went, but, I still think it's cool, how it talks about it, how it even, mentions it. Stuff like that. But then, the multiplayer. Nobody cares about half these maps. Like, who the hell actually cares about, freaking, I don't know, even, Twisted Steel or whatever. I don't know. I would much rather have seen Stalingrad or Berlin or, Moskva, Moscow, or, I don't even know, but something like that. I'd much rather have even seen, something like, maybe Battle of Midway, or I don't know, some stuff like that. Maybe D-Day. Why isn't D-Day in the game? Why would D-Day not be in the game? Battlefield, are you just stupid? And I really don't get it. I don't get it. I just think EA and DICE made a lot of bad decisions for this game that ultimately plagued it, and that's all I can say about it. I mean, it really is EA and DICE's fault that the game sucks. And it could have been better. It really could have been. I've said so many things that could have made the game better. Actually good story. More interesting multiplayer maps. More factions. Less politics and whatever. But that was never added. And as it stands, there's an extremely low chance of me actually buying the next Battlefield game, because I really don't know, I really don't trust EA after this. I'm thinking, I know I really want to, another, a Modern Warfare video game, and I know that the next Battlefield game is probably going to be a Modern Warfare game, but it has to be really good for me to get it, because I really don't trust EA after this, and, I might just get a Call of Duty game or something, I don't know, because as it stands, Battlefield's in a really bad position. I don't know how they're going to come back from this, but hopefully they do in some way, shape, or form, because, and I mean, this game was kind of doomed from the start. The trailer, huge like to dislike ratio. So many people hated it. I mean, rightfully so. Like, why the hell is there a woman in the British Army wearing wearing like a freaking war face paint or whatever, while also having a chicken robot claw arm thing? You know, why? That didn't exist in World War II. People didn't have prosthetic arms during the time, alright? Especially, and people's prosthetic arms, first of all, I don't even think they exist at the time. And even if they did, they were basic. They would not help you get to this type of stuff. It felt like a whole freaking James Bond movie or whatever. But, and, you know, I don't know, Battlefield. And then the skins were just so... The skins don't look like our actual army uniforms. What were the skins? I hated them. I've literally only bought one skin in this game, ever. It was the British For Whom the Bell Tolls or whatever skin. I forgot what it's called, because I really don't even care that much. I've spent more money on Battlefield 1 after content was like, after they stopped updating it. I spent more money on Battlefield 1 than on Battlefield 5, which is really saying something. And Battlefield 1 is still a great game to this day. It really is. But, I mean, I really don't know. Battlefield really needs to get their crap together. It's really not looking good for them right now. And, I mean, why? Why? There were so many things. Like, why wasn't at least, if... I would understand them being political. Like, I wouldn't like them being political and not adding the Soviet Union, but I would understand it. So many games do. But why was America added so late? I don't get that. Why did they add this whole, like, Pacific Theater during, like, last October? Why? It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. It was just super lazy from Battlefield's point of view. From Battlefield's point of view, it was super lazy, and the game was really rushed, I feel. Again, but why? I still can't get over the fact that they added the American campaign so late. It's just weird. And I'm confused that there isn't an American campaign, like a single player campaign. You know, it's just stupid. It's so stupid that it's something to laugh about, you know? But, and then again, how do you, like, and how are you so rude to your customers? Like, I want to bring this back up again, like, Battlefield was just like, oh, if you don't like the video game, don't buy it. That's not what you do. That's not how you get customers. That's just how you lose customers. I don't know if Battlefield realizes that. Clearly it didn't. And clearly, or at least they didn't care, which is stupid. I just don't know. I don't get it. Why, like, whenever you make a video game, your number one priority should be your customer. Your consumers, you know? And since the majority of the consumers wanted something, that's what you had to do. But did you do that? No. Why? I don't know. I don't even get it. And if they didn't add the Soviet Union just because it was and if the Soviet Union wasn't added because not because of politics or anything, just they didn't add it. Why didn't they add it? Everybody wanted it. At least one map, at least like Stalingrad or something. But they didn't, or like Leningrad or Moscow or Berlin or even like the first battle or the beginning of Operation Barbarossa. I forgot what the first battle was called, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. The point is, Battlefield 5 had so much potential. It really did. It could have had so many fun things. It could have become the ultimate World War II game with the best graphics. It could have been the best World War II game with the best graphics, while also having stories that no other game has ever had, as well as stories that every other game has always had, but just better and better graphics. And I'd have loved to see the writing from Battlefield 1 get into the campaign for Battlefield 5. I'm going to touch back on the campaign here. The Battlefield 1 campaign, I'm comparing it a lot to Battlefield 1, but Battlefield 1 campaign was super fun. Battlefield 5, the story just isn't very good. I don't know, and it's super short. It's not very worth it. If a friend were to ask me, what do you think of this game? I would probably say I'd give it a 60 out of 100. Yeah, I think 60 out of 100 is pretty good, especially considering how bad it is. And I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but I wouldn't say don't get it either. Thank you guys for watching.